lights, camera, podcast. This is the Silver Screen Sessions podcast with your host, Pete. Your fortnightly dose of movie talk, reviews, and all things film. From blockbusters to hidden gems, Pete will be breaking down what's worth watching, what's overrated, and everything in between. So grab your popcorn, take your seats, and let's roll the reel.
Hello, and welcome to the Silver Screens Sessions podcast, the show where we dig deep into the movies that define generations, inspired filmmakers, and still spark debates decades later. I'm your host, Pete, and today we're talking about one of the greatest action films ever made, Die Hard from 1988. It's the film that made Bruce Willis a megastar, turned Alan Rickman into one of cinema's all-time villains, and gave us a Christmas movie wrapped in gunfire, glass, and unforgettable one-liners. So grab your popcorn, maybe take off your shoes, though I don't recommend it if you're near any broken glass, and let's crawl through the air vents of Nakatomi Plaza for a deep dive into Die Hard. So the plot: Christmas Eve gone wrong? Christmas Eve, Los Angeles. A New York cop, John McClane, lands in LA to visit his estranged wife Holly, hoping to patch things up. He arrives at Nakatomi Plaza, where Holly's company is throwing a Christmas party. But as the champagne flows, a group of heavily armed thieves led by the charismatic Hans Gruber take the building hostage. McClane slips away unnoticed and becomes the ultimate underdog hero, barefoot, under-equipped, and up against impossible odds. It's a tight, confined story, one man against many, and that simplicity is part of what makes Die Hard timeless. The entire film takes place in one building over one night. Every floor, corridor, and elevator shaft becomes part of the battlefield. Here's a fun fact. Director John McTiernan originally didn't want to make another grim action movie. He saw Die Hard as a fairy tale, a man trying to reunite his family on Christmas Eve, and that's what gives it heart beneath all that chaos. A different kind of action hero. In the 80s, action heroes were basically superheroes. Muscle-bound, indestructible, often emotionless. Think Rambo, Commando, Cobra, all larger than life. Then along comes Bruce Willis. Not jacked, not bulletproof, and definitely not quiet. John McClane gets tired, bleeds, swears, doubts himself, but he keeps going anyway. He's a blue-collar hero, not a super soldier. That's why audiences connected with him. He wasn't just saving the day, he was surviving it. Bit of casting trivia: Bruce Willis wasn't the first choice. In fact, he was the seventh. The studio asked Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, Richard Gere, Harrison Ford. Even Frank Sinatra had first refusal, thanks to a contract linked to the novel Nothing Lasts Forever. Sinatra was 70 at the time and politely passed. When Willis was cast, critics thought it was a joke. It was known for romantic comedy, like Moonlighting. But once Die Hard hit cinemas, that smirk, that sarcasm, that everyman toughness, it defined action heroes forever. So, the heart of the story. Every action movie needs an anchor, and Holly provides it. Bonnie Bedelia's performance is calm, confident, and layered. She's not a damsel in distress, she's the emotional core. Her decision to go by her maiden name, Gennaro, isn't just a detail. It shows independence and pride. Yet she still wears her wedding ring, quiet sign of unresolved love. That tension gives Die Hard something deeper than explosions. It gives it stakes. The final moment when she reclaims the McClane name, after everything they've been through, lands harder than any gunfight. Fun note, Bedelia later said she saw Holly as a woman who can handle both boardrooms and bullets, and that's exactly how she plays her. The unsung hero, Sergeant Al Powell, played by Reginald VelJohnson, is the soul of the film. McClane and Powell never meet until the final scene, yet their bond, built entirely over radio, is one of the most genuine friendships in action cinema. Powell's backstory, a cop haunted by a tragic mistake, adds emotional weight, and when he finally redeems himself in the film's climax, it's not just McClane's victory, it's theirs. Bell Johnson almost didn't get the role, but director McTiernan fought for him. Imagine the movie without that warmth and empathy. It just wouldn't work. So the comic and the chaotic. The strength of Die Hard lies in its ensemble. Ellis, played by Hart Bochner, the smarmy office guy who thinks he can negotiate with terrorists and fails spectacularly. Thornburg, played by William Atherton, the sleazy reporter who endangers Holly and the kids just to chase a story. And then you have the FBI agents Johnson and Johnson, Robert Davey and Grand L. Bush, the bumbling FBI agents who think they're in Rambo but are hilariously out of their depth. Even the henchmen have character, from Carl's vengeful rage to Theo's sarcastic tech banter. Every supporting role adds texture, comedy, chaos, or humanity, keeping the story moving without losing focus. So behind the scenes and some production trivia. So the filming location, Nakatomi Plaza, was actually Fox Plaza, 20th Century Fox's real headquarters. The studio literally filmed it in their own offices. Alan Rickman's debut. This was Rickman's first feature film. The moment he falls off the building, the reaction was real. The stunt crew dropped him a second early. Bruce Willis's hearing loss. The blanks were so loud on set that Willis suffered permanent hearing damage. The line, Yippee-Ki-Yay, mother, was almost cut. Willis ad-libbed it as a joke. It became the movie's trademark. Cinematography, the tight framing and reflective glass surface give the movie its signature intensity. Every shot looks dangerous. So is it a Christmas movie? That's the eternal debate. Let's look at the evidence. It's set on Christmas Eve. It features Christmas music, decorations, and themes of reconciliation. McClane literally uses ho, ho, ho to mock the villains. Thematically, it's about redemption, love, and coming home. That's pure Christmas spirit, just with more bullets and blood. Even the screenwriter, Stephen E. De Souza, confirmed, of course it's a Christmas movie. It's about family and forgiveness. There you go, case closed. So why does Die Hard still hold up over 35 years later? Because it blends tension, humour, and heart perfectly. It's structured like a puzzle. Every action has a reaction. Every setup has a payoff. McTiernan directs with rhythm, alternating bursts of chaos with quiet moments of humanity. McClane's talking to himself scenes keep us connected to his fear and wit. The pacing, the score, the editing, it's clockwork precision. You could teach an entire filmmaking course using Die Hard as the model for modern action storytelling. It's also changed the genre. Before Die Hard, action movies went big. After Die Hard, everyone tried to copy it. Speed, Die Hard on a bus. The Rock, Die Hard on an island. Air Force One, Die Hard on a plane. That's legacy. My rating and final thoughts? I give it a 9.5 out of 10. The perfect mix of character, pacing, humour, and heart. The only half-point deduction? Maybe for the 80s haircuts and the overuse of shoulder pads. But really, Die Hard isn't just a movie. It's a blueprint. It gave us a hero we could root for, a villain we could love to hate, and a new way to define action cinema. So there you have it. Die Hard. A Christmas film, a love story, a masterclass in tension, timing, and triumph. If you've enjoyed this episode of the Silver Screen Sessions podcast, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with your fellow movie fans. Next time, we'll be switching gears for something a little softer but equally iconic, Love Actually. Yes, keeping it festive. Until then, stay safe, stay cinematic, and as John McClane would say, Yippee-Ki-Yay, movie lovers.